Take two, Q4. We're doing the event stage. 1 second. I feel like this is gonna be...
How exciting, everybody. We're about to begin. We're just waiting for a few more people to join the stage.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And this is FTN. We are waiting the press conference to begin shortly. There is going to be a audio component, which is actually something I'm really excited about, in the Noosa Stage channel, so we will be asking our questions in there.
We're looking into picking the auto mod immunity so it wouldn't be as scuffed. I apologize all over, but hope this is still a good press conference.
The new press secretary, Oliver 6798. So I'll mute my mic and we'll do something.
Great stuff, right? Let me walk in the back and then pretend I've not spoken yet, folks.
Ha! Alright, I'll mute. This is your show. Let me know when you meet people brought up.
Can someone TP Sal? If anyone has a mod in the game, can someone just bring Sal? Salwyn. SEL. Because he is just so dumb and he doesn't know. No, not Saul, Sal. SEL. He's a bit dumb and he can't find his way. Right, let me walk in the back and pretend. I need to feel special. This is my moment, guys. My moment to fucking shine. Let me get my fold. Okay, you're in my way, folks. Everyone's in my bloody way. Right, here we are. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for the first press briefing of the GodSent administration. I'm Oliver James. I'm a brand new press secretary, and I look forward to getting to know you all. Despite political differences across the room, it will be my honour to keep the historically important relationship between the administration and the press corps going. Anyway, with pleasantries over, it's an honour to be here with you all. When the President asked me to serve in this role, we talked about the importance of bringing truth and transparency back to the briefing room. My main goal as Press Secretary is to ensure we are communicating about the policies, events and objectives of this administration. I look forward to developing a relationship with the press, even though we may disagree from time to time. On the topic of transparency, we will be holding multiple press conferences per week, ensuring that not only you can report and challenge this administration, but so that we can ensure transparency is at the soul of our mission-driven administration. We have already started inviting you to our press corps communication server, where you'll be notified of press releases and our briefing schedule, which will be posted at the start of every week. If you are a journalist and you're not in that, contact me personally and I will invite you. Today, the President met with the Cabinet as well as key department and military leadership, where he was briefed on the future of departments and their objectives going forward. Now we're going to move on to some nominations. The President has nominated a number of people who have the experience and skills to help help our country thrive. The President has nominated the following individuals. Wolfram to be Deputy Secretary of State for Management and Resources. Serban159 to be Director General of the Foreign Service. Silent_Night Sky to be Ambassador to the UN. I always struggle with this one. Chief_Vine XY to be Secretary of the Treasury. Gato Gaviera to be Deputy Secretary of the Treasury. Edward A. Montana to be Attorney General. JJC0308 to be Secretary of Defence. Phoenix Outlaw to be Deputy Secretary of Defence. Salad Rue to be Secretary of Commerce. Big Master Pro to be Deputy Secretary of Commerce. YouTuber Dizzle100 to be Secretary of Labour. Sound School to be Deputy Secretary of Labour. Zinpac to be Secretary of for Transportation. Kiara Offset to be Deputy Secretary for Transportation. Money Mac 9999 to be Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Black_Rax to be Secretary of Homeland Security. EcoBack to be Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. NASA Nova to be Director of National Intelligence. The Robbie Cartman to be Principal Deputy Director of National Intelligence. HA_DEE12002 to be Director of the FBI. Migo Culture to be Deputy Director of the FBI. Are You Serious to be Director of the NSA. Tot Manic to be Deputy Director of the NSA. CIA, we've got Marcus Craigshire to be Director, and Isley to be Deputy Director. Blackie RPR to be Director of the Federal Protective Service, and for Deputy, it's IB_PPA. Special Forces Chicago Shiesty. Punisher Deadly to be Deputy Director. For the United States Marshal Service, we've got Warlockings as Director, Alpha Tattered as Deputy Director. We're nearly at the end, guys, don't worry. JQ_Q1 to be Director of the Defence Force Protection Agency, his deputy to be Robert West. Special Weapons and Tactics, we got Spy 388 to be Commander, and Woofy Street to be Deputy Commander. Secret Service, we got Simply BTS appointed as Director. Military Leadership, we have 103315 to be Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Rick Vicario to be Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Dylan Rockefeller appointed as Assistant Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Stewart to be Chief of Staff for the Air Force. Mark Vicario to be Vice Chief of Staff to the Air Force, and Jelly Tactical to be Vice Chief of the Staff of the Army. The Service Secretaries, we've got Greg Farrow GRW to be Secretary of the Army, Gamma 443 to be Secretary of the Air Force, Chief Palpatine to be Secretary of the Navy. In the Federal Court, we have 112 Taz to be a District Court Judge, James_Carrington to be a District Court Judge. We shall await more nominations, and if you're interested in taking a role in the administration, please reach out to our Chief of Staff, Frosty_Snowman. Yes, we did go over the State Department, so I'm now going to be taking some questions from you all. I'm going to take journalists first, so if you're a journalist, put your hand up or speak or whatever, and then we move on to public questions. Anybody wanting to speak, put your hand up in the stage or jump up in the room. Okay.
You see me?
Oh yes, John of Doom.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening, how are you? I assume it's a late night for you.
It's only 10 p.m, so not too bad.
Yes, hi. So, with the transition that just ended, I assume because of the lateness, the little tight rush in between the victory and the inauguration, how did you think the administration has handled the transition, essentially?
Okay. In terms of the transition, we've had a pretty big team working on it. We only got 3 or 4 days or whatever it was to complete that transition in part, so that was quite tough. I think we've actually made I've just read out a huge list of nominations there. I think we've made some pretty good progress on the nominations. We have got more to come, including the Secretary of State and so forth. So I think we're doing pretty damn good at that right now. As I said, it has been a little bit of a struggle. We can't deny that, but here we are doing our first press conference we're in, and George and Robbie, our president and vice president, are very focused on the issues at hand. Any other questions, John of Doom?
Speaking of the issues at hand, has the president or vice president spoken with Congress in regards to his agenda?
Conversations with Congress are ongoing. They are going to continue to happen. So yes, I cannot speak to personal conversations just now, but I'm very much sure that the president and vice president are going to be speaking with Congress as much as possible to ensure this administration is a success. Any more questions?
No more questions for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll go to Rob Ingalls. Rob Ingalls, he's got his hand up, Black Cap. Could we move him up?
Rob Ingalls.
Rob Ingalls, yes.
Sorry, I gotta make this really quick. I'm in the middle of a Fortnite match. Happy Ramadan, everyone. I just wanted to ask, with the hiring of the new CIA and NSA baddies, do you think the president will approve more black operations?
Well, you know, as they come and go, we will see what the president does with black operations. I cannot comment specifically on that just right now. Any more questions?
No.
Okay.
Live love, unsanctioned torture.
Oh, okay. Any other questions in here, folks? You know, put your hand up. You know, you can, if you come up to me if you want to do a question, because it's hard to see. There's so many people in there. You know, just run up to me and say me. This director guy, does he want to? Does he want? What's your question, sir? What's your question? When will nominations go through? Well, we're going to be pushing them. Well, we've nominated them now. It's now up to the others to sort that out. Hopefully, very quickly. Comments on our lawsuit against the SS for abuse on White House grounds. Our Secret Service do a great job. I cannot believe you would not think that. Any other question? You know, you can put your hand up in the stage, folks. You can put your hand up in the stage. Come on, guys. Hold me to account. Ask me the difficult questions. Are there any nominations you're concerned in regards to getting confirmed? We're pretty confident with all the nominations right now. We are pretty confident that all of them shall go through. I mean, all we can do is wait and see, really. And if one doesn't get through, you know, that's the will of that elected house, and we shall listen to it.
Can I piggyback off that, if possible?
Oh, yes.
Including your judicial nominations, are you very confident in the judicial nominations that the president has made?
Yes, we're very confident in all nominations we've made. We wished our nominees very good luck, and we are sure they're going to be just fine. Comment on recent impeachments. Well, I believe you're referring. I believe you're referring to the Chief Justice and so forth. In terms of the recent impeachments, you know, we believe that impeachment should always be a last resort, and maybe sometimes people get a little bit too heavy-handed with impeachments. We should be focusing on the issues. We should be focusing, you know, we've got all these new people, all these great people surrounding us. We need to focus on getting the work done instead of just impeaching anybody that slightly annoys us. So hopefully we'll see less impeachments. House was wrong to impeach? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know, we should be focusing on the real issues, and we shouldn't be impeaching people for no particular reason, left, right, and centre. Any other questions, folks? What's the White House comment on Representative Technozo impeaching everybody? Oh gosh. Well, you know, as I say, you know, impeachment should be they should be a last resort, and maybe we should be a little bit less heavy-handed on people. Do you not think? Peace and love to everybody. I think everybody deserves a second chance. Um,
I
any
have
other
a
questions? Oh,
question.
go on.
I have a question, even though I'm a group staff, but in this capacity, I'm a city councilor.
Yes.
What is the current administration's priority or opinion on passing a revised DC charter so I can actually do my job?
I don't have a specific comment from the president on that just now, but do you know what? I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him, and then I'm going to tell you. How about that?
All right, thank you.
What's the update on to Zhang's impeachment? Go on, Technozo. Criminal charge. Well, where there is ongoing criminal charges, I cannot comment. Unfortunately, I feel
It's on the stage.
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. What does the White House think about whether or not Zhang should be prosecuted? Because it's been over 7 days, and the Department of Justice has not filed charges. Does the White House support a cabinet secretary bombing a polling site while on team?
Well, listen, where the Department of Justice may be reviewing an incident and deciding whether charges should be pressed, we feel it'd be inappropriate to comment and prejudice that investigation.
That's not
So
answering my question, though. I asked, does the White House condone or condemn a cabinet secretary car bombing a presidential election?
Well, listen, these are alleged offences. There's been no charges pressed right now. Obviously, we do not support the bombing of anybody. I mean, what a silly question to ask. But we cannot comment on individual cases where prosecution could be brought.
Well, it's not a silly question because it's been 7 days and charges haven't been brought. And I'm not sure if the White House really condemns these actions because charges haven't been brought. Why isn't this a priority?
We don't want to stick our noses in the Department of Justice and tell them what to do, frankly. We are focused on the issues, and if this happens, if he does get charged, if he's found guilty in a court, we will then issue a comment. But for now, I feel it'd be inappropriate to comment on an issue that the Department of Justice could currently be investigating.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Rumours true that we will be joining a new UN. I've not heard anything like that. I mean, I'm not the most informed on what's happening with the UN, but I've not heard anything of that just right now. But I will ask, and I'll get back to you.
Hi, yes, I'd like to. Go ahead.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Someone was going to ask a question. It's fine. You ask.
Okay, yeah, I have two questions actually. One they're both from the general chat. Someone asked, why did the president re-nominate Saldro?
Saldro?
Saldro, I believe, for I think it was I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe there's some controversy. Commerce Secretary.
Commerce Secretary. Well, the president has full confidence in all of his nominations, and if an issue arises, then there is a chance in the Senate for them to deny that nomination. That is their choice. So, if we have full confidence in our nominees, we think they're going to do a bloody great job, and if it happens that Senate does not agree, that's their prerogative.
And this other question, will the president continue to stand by Agenda 51 and not choose to appoint a senator to fill the vacancy that was left by his resignation? That comes from general chat as well.
I believe Agenda 51 is the mission of this administration, and I believe we will be sticking to it.
So you can say that the president won't nominate someone to fill the vacancy?
Well, I'm saying I think we're going to stick to Agenda 51. I'm pretty damn sure of that. I mean, it was a great plan. It is a great plan, in fact. So I'm sure that will be all dandy. Oh gosh, Adam Stratton, of course, asking the questions that nobody wants answered. Who was that person who stood up before? No. Do you agree that the president should approve? No, we shouldn't. We should not. Oh, why is there no bacon hairs in cabinet? Is the president racist? You know, we're a big fan of the bacon hairs, and maybe we need to get a bit more. Maybe we need to get a bit more bacon hairs in. Who was that? Who was that lovely gent? The bald one, the director guy, I believe it was. What was your question, sir? Do you agree that the president should approve unsanctioned torture as an interrogation tactic due to its effectiveness? I believe the president's stance on that would be a no. NSA question, go on. Will the president authorize the spying on Americans by the NSA? I don't believe so, frankly. But what I will say is, the NSA must act within the law. What are your aims for the USM? Well, we want to build a great USM, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever under this administration. We're going to put so much resources into it, and so much love and care. It's going to be bloody fantastic. How about that? There's people in the stage that wish to speak. Yes, of course. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Do you know what? We're going to go to Canadian Rancher. That's who we're going to go to. Canadian Rancher, what is your question to this bloody administration? Come on.
Hello. I was
Hello.
wondering if the president would support adding jets into DC so the Air Force isn't useless.
Say that one more time. Sorry, you went a bit unclear.
I was wondering if the president would support adding jets into DC so that the Air Force is not useless.
Oh, seems practical to me. You know what? I'm going to have a word with him. It is our first press conferences. Obviously, we've not got round to every single issue just yet. But do you know what? I'm going to make a note of that, and I'm going to ask him. And I will get back to you. I'm going to give you a friend request so I can get back to you.
Thank you.
Do you know who we're going to go to now? Do you know what? We're going to go to Technozo again. Technozo, can we have him up here? Hello, Technozo. Can we
Your
can we
text
move?
said Technozo, right? There we go.
There we are. Technozo, what is your question? A great question. I'm listening to every word of it. Are you there? Well, I believe you may be having microphone problems. Do you know what? You can fix the microphone problems, and whilst we're at it, we're going to move Man Tissue Zero up to ask a great question. I'm very worried about what he's going to ask. Come up, Man Tissue Zero. Can we invite the great man up here? Man Tissue Zero. Man Tissue Zero, what is your question to
Hello,
the administration?
calling in from DC.
Pardon?
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I would like to know President Godsent's stance on the current situation with national security. We've seen a lot about it recently. In the VCs last night, there's quite a big implementation on the safety of this community. And I just want to know what President Godsent's stance is on it.
Wow, the president is a huge fan of national security and prosperity, and he's going to be working across all agencies to ensure the safety of our great nation. How's that for you? Exactly. What a great patriot. And do you know what? We're going to come to Stericus now. Stericus.
How do I leave? Put me down.
Stericus, can we move him up, please? I'll take a few
Patrick
more
Star,
in-game
right?
questions in a minute. Yes, this man. Hello.
My question is, what is the president's stance on the agriculture? Because my crops haven't been thriving for the past 3 months.
Well, under GeorgeGodsent, your crops are going to thrive again. Let me tell you that.
Are
We're
you
going to do
are you
great
positive
things.
about that? Because they haven't been thriving for the past 3 months, and old Jen is
Well-
gonna get not very happy with me.
Well, some say Adam Stratton has ruined all the crops in the land when he ran for his campaign and let people go
Adam
crazy all over
Strap-on?
DC. That is another name for him. I've heard it very much. So
All
you
right,
know
well,
what?
God bless.
Yes, God bless you. Your
How about
crops are
leave?
going to
Kick
thrive.
me out. Kick me out.
Kick this man out,
By
please.
golly, move me down to the field.
We're going to take Technozo again. I'm gonna come back to the game in a second. Don't worry. We're gonna try and get Technozo up here. I can hear you now. Go on.
Yes, okay. My question is regards to Tom Foley. So the House of Representatives expelled Tom Foley. What is the president's reaction to his expulsion? And also, will the president make a criminal referral for his acts of attempted bribery that was alleged in the expulsion? And also, given that Tom Foley owns taxi service, will the president instruct the Secretary of Commerce to revoke his license to operate in the District of Columbia?
So multiple layers to that question. Firstly, I'd like to say the president came in and he said, we're going to get some damn integrity back in this place. So when somebody commits bribery, it is right that the House acts and the House says, no more, you're gone, expunged. In terms of the, coming to the commerce question, the Secretary will, of course, review any issues that prop up. And if there is criminal charges and we feel that, his conduct was deeply unacceptable, I'm sure the Secretary will review his taxi service and see what we can do. But we get into dangerous territory if we start ripping away people's freedoms and their businesses because we don't like what they're doing. So, we'll review things, we'll look at things, we'll try our best. I hope that answers your question.
But the president, does the president want to ensure that business owners are operating ethically, especially somebody who gets expelled? I mean, you think it's a disgrace for somebody like Tom Foley, a dishonorable citizen, to get expelled? I mean, that's not somebody who should be operating in DC.
Well, as I said, it's a slippery slope because if we start taking away people's businesses because we don't like them, or maybe they have committed some kind of a crime, we then start ripping away pretty much everyone's things, because quite a lot of people have been arrested and maybe some people even charged. But if we start taking action just because of that, we're on a slippery slope. So it is a tough one. I mean, the Secretary will review the business and make sure that it is operating within the law.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, in-game questions now. Let me just type it in chat, because this Secret Service guy, great man, he gets a bit scared. Jump up if you have a question. Jump up if you have a question, folks. Jump. That guy at the front with the glasses, who is Gavin W? Oh yes, guys, I forgot to introduce you to our great people. Is Selwyn still in here? No, I think he got a bit bored of me. Well, here, can we move Gavin Williamson up? Is he in here? Gavin Williamson, give him a bloody microphone. Get our Gavin
What
up.
did they put their head up? Oh.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Gavin Williamson is our Deputy Director of Communications, aren't you, Gavin? He's my boss.
I am. Hello. Great to be here.
Great to be, two British people in the press office. This is what we bloody needed.
Spot on, Ollie, spot on.
Spot on. Gavin is a great patriot who loves his country, loves Noosa, and loves George.
Spot on, all true.
Completely true. Who else has a question? Who else has a bloody question? Did he campaign for Adam? No. Can you define the relationship in terms of the chain of command between you and the communications department? Like, do you mean directors, or do you mean like what the relationship between the press secretary and the communication staffers are? Okay. Well, so the communications department, well, basically they do all the background work. I'm the face, they're the brains. That's what I say to them. I say you are the brains of this. I am the face of this, and we work together to ensure that our communication is as effective as possible. What's your question, guys? Screaming question. Gatto, Gavanera, or sorry, I really do keep messing that up. What's your stance on the alleged allegations about corruptions? Why, I don't know what allegations you're on about. Sorry, what? Oh, okay. What's your question, sir? What is the president's stance on the media being biased? I think we actually have very fair media in this country. To be fright? See, you know, this is what happens. I can't stop speaking. To be quite honest, I think we have some pretty damn good media. But you know what would be nice? It'd be nice to see a bigger range. It'd be nice to see the other news organisations get stuck in. That would be really, really good to see that. We want to encourage more media in this country, you know, better media, better quality, because it's what you all deserve. You know, as the biggest USA, we should be getting the biggest media and the best media. So we're determined to drive standards up. In terms of bias, though, I think we have pretty fair media. I think we have nice media. I mean, caught in 4K news can be quite amusing sometimes, even if it is at the detriment of us. Oh, takes Oliver hostage. Can Secret Service? Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Great. See, this is how great they are. Look at how good they are. They are bloody amazing. Question. Senior advisor Inferno, of course. What's your question? What's your opinion on the parties? People have said they're toxic. Well, George is a great believer that, you know, the parties are dragging us down, that having political parties is weighing us down. But he also believes that it's the choice of the people. So if the people, I mean, there's a poll out now, that's what we're judging it on for now. If the people want to get rid of political parties, we will do that. We will work with everybody to get that done. But if the people want them to stay, then that is their prerogative, and we would want them to make their voices clear. At the end of the day, we only want to improve things. So, if political parties are only putting the people who are best friends with the, you know, let's say GeorgeGodsent, let's say, you know, I was busy mates with George, and then I just happened to get the nomination for to take over the party as the nominee for the next term or whatever. I just think that's a bit unfair, and I think the president thinks that's unfair as well. He wants to give everyone an opportunity, and he feels if you run as an independent candidate, you probably have, you know, if everyone runs as independents, you are more likely to get the underdog in. I mean, we started off this great campaign, and we were the underdogs. You know, I used to say, you know, I worked for GeorgeGodsent, and I was proud of it. And do you know what they did? They laughed at us. And it just shows, you know, you keep laughing at the electorate, you keep laughing at the people that care so deeply. And, you know, they're going to put themselves in their goddamn White House, and here we are today. And I think George's determination as somebody who wasn't respected by some people has shone through, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. Lots of shooting going on here, guys. Right, I'm going to take 2 or 3 more questions, guys. And if you're in here, you know, the great Secret Service are going to clear the White House grounds out later on, so try not to run too far. Question, yes, guy standing up. Man tissue, I believe. What's your question? What's your plans and aims for comms and the future of comms in Noosa? Well, We want to improve transparency in communications. I think that's one of our big aims, and that's why we have such a good team in communications. We have all these people who are assisting and trying to make sure we're transparent as possible. And I think that's very, very important. Question. What's your question, Inferno? I'm going to take one more question after this. What's the president's plans for the following week? How do you plan to... Okay, we'll take on the NUSA activity. Well, we are going to... But, I mean, firstly, we have this sort of thing where people, it's a bit of a joke, but people go, oh, new gen, whatever. But actually, these new generation people are going to be helping us bring in the activity, bring in the community we need. So what we are going to do is we're going to make it as easy as possible for you to come in this community and and prosper, get a job, work hard, get where you need to be, rise up the ranks of whatever you wish to do. So we think if we reward people for hard work and loyalty to the community and achievement, then they're more likely to stick around, more likely to invite their friends. So I think it's a big circle of life. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any more VC questions. Okay, we're gonna get in Chaffin Tents. Chaffin
Tents?
Yes.
Okay, give me a sec. Is anyone keeping track of questions on general chat, or is John just gonna hit you with them once?
No one. John, you can ask me them in a second on behalf of... I'm doing multiple things at once. Kind of hard to look at the chat at the same time. Chaffin Tents, what's your question?
Hey, dang, I don't know. What should I ask? What do you think of the new NUSA?
The new NUSA, I think we're building... Well, George said it himself in his inauguration speech. We're thriving right now. The new group management have brought us so much, and we should be so thankful to them, but also to our community, who have just done so bloody fantastic. I think we've got a huge future ahead of us, and we're going to be going for many, many more years. Any more questions, Chaffin Tents?
I don't know if you can answer for the moderators. When are amphetamines coming back?
I believe never. I'm pretty sure it's against...
We'll answer this question as I am a developmental representative or some crap.
Go on.
Amphetamines will not be coming back. There will be a shift to sprint system that's already implemented in Test DC. You can try it out yourself.
Alright, thank you.
Beautiful. Dawn of Doom, read me some questions from the chat if you could.
Yes, first one comes from Tony Lewinsky. This was from 12 minutes ago. What is the president's thoughts on Kate Middleton's cancer diagnosis?
Oh, gosh, can we just take a second? Because, you hear my voice, the connection.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
big fan of Kate
was probably going
Middleton.
to skip that one.
Hold on.
And you know what? I did have a little bit of a cry earlier. She's a great woman, beautiful woman.
Oliver,
she's got great characteristics.
We have one hand up.
Oh yes,
audience. Do you want to
get
them?
Yeah, sure. But Kate Middleton, what a patriot she is, and I even hear she loves GeorgeGodsent. That's just the little inside gossip I have.
So is he sending his little hopes to Kensington Palace?
Yeah, he sent her so many flowers. It's unbelievable. So many. Inferno Warrior. Let's get the man up. This will be our last voice chat question. Then I'm going to take questions that have been posted in the Discord general chat. Inferno.
Okay, so here's my question: how do we plan on stopping the rampant racism, sexism, and taser abuse that keeps going on in game? I see this very often.
Oh, I know. Well, it's something about NUSA people. They can be a little wild sometimes, and sometimes go a bit over the top. We all know that, don't we? We hate racism. We hate anyism, or... No, not anyism, because there are some... Okay, you know what I mean. We hate phobic people. We hate people who discriminate. We hate it all. We just want people to love each other, to care about each other, and let's hope we can do that. We'll work, of course, with our great police in DC to ensure that criminals go punished. We'll work with our moderation team in Noosa to ensure that admin abusers get punished, and I advise anybody who witnesses admin abuse tool abuse to clip it and send it to game staff, and of course they will take action.
And what about the taser abuse that happens almost with most teams that have tasers?
Well, as I say, we can only do so much. I would say clip it if you can. Send it to game staff, and I'm sure they'll take action where they see fit. Okay, John of Doom now. Read me some questions from the chat. These are our final questions, folks. We're just taking questions that have already been posted in the chat. Go on, John of Doom. Hit me with them.
Yes, this one from Egg Boiler 2K. Does the administration have any comments or plans on how we will revitalize the Noosa culture? And does the president plan to embrace oppositions or reach across the aisle?
You know what? We want to be held to account. We want opposition to us. We want people in the Senate who may be critical of our administration, because that's how we hold ourselves to account. That's how we get held to account. That's how you have your voice. Because if everyone just agreed with us, well, there'd be no bloody point in it, would there? There'd be no point in having the House and the Senate if everybody just thought we were doing a wonderful job and nothing was ever up. Because quite frankly, we need that opposition.
There's another comment from NY, whatever, long name. Would the president support the addition of DC Animal Control Team to the game?
Well, the president loves creating employment. I'm sure he would love to see it.
A follow-up from Man Tissue Zero. Ollie was racist this morning. Can we have a comment on that?
Oh, shut up, Jake. Next one.
I'm just reading the questions. Last one from Egg Boiler. What is the administration's comment on the access of British people in the communications office, and how will we eradicate this issue? Not my question.
I think Kate Middleton's just been diagnosed with cancer. What an insensitive time to come for British people. How dare you? No, I think we love Brits here. Well, I don't think you guys really do love Brits, to be honest. But you know what?
Better than French, I will say that.
I can put an American accent on, guys. Let me try that. I can do the deep American voice, like the trailer voice.
Oh, yeah.
This is GeorgeGodsent's press conference with me, Oliver James, the press secretary. I hope that helped.
Nah, I like your British voice more.
Oh, thanks,
Sound
guys.
like that guy in GB News.
Gosh, which one?
That was to me?
Yes, which one? Which one on that?
No, that announcer in between, like, the promos and whatnot. This one from Egg Boiler. Are there any comments from the administration on how the administration will cooperate with a con artist and his Bacon Foundation to eradicate poverty for the Bacons? And he also appreciates your American accent.
Thank you. You know what? We love con artists here. We're a huge fan. Well, I think we are anyway. I love Con Artist. He's a great man. And do you know what? He gave me my first job in Noosa. You know what my first job was? It was to be his clerk. Well, when I rejoined. I mean, I was here before, but I didn't really do anything. He gave me my job as a clerk to him. What a great man. He loves employment. He loves giving people a chance. Right. Any more questions from the text chat?
Just one more, actually. Actually, two more. Should Noosa go to war with North Korea, and when are the nominees being ranked?
Shall Noosa go to war with North Korea? I'm going to give a no to that one. In terms of the ranking of our acting secretaries and so forth, as you can appreciate, we've been rushed off our bloody feet. We've not had long to complete the transition period. So they will be ranked as soon as possible. I mean, with the help of others. So hopefully that'll be done as soon as possible. Let's just hope. Everything's taking a bit long at the moment, but yeah. Is that it?
One more, actually, from Atlas Accord. This one just breaking in real life. What is the president's stance on the news on the recent attack in Moscow? Has he contacted the president of Russia yet?
Well, the heavily sanctioned Russia, we don't quite like them, but we are very sad to see that there has been a terrorist attack in Russia, and we hope they're all okay. We hope they come together at this time.
Wait,
That
there was an
is-
attack in Russia? What?
There was something in Russia within the last couple of hours. 40 people have been killed after gunmen attacked a packed concert venue on the outskirts of Moscow. Russian intelligence say 100 people
Very sad.
have been wounded.
That's tragic. Ooh.
Yes, very sad, very sad. Right, guys, that is it for the press conference. I've been told by Secret Service you must exit via the North Lawn, and they will escort you out. So the North Lawn. Question one, I have said it. What's your question? Quick. How do you plan on getting the Department of Commerce active? With our great new secretary, who's going to do a great bloody job. We're going to get employment up. We're going to promote employment. We are doing many things for the Department of Commerce, and you're going to see our huge plans very soon. I'm very excited to announce it. It's going to be great. We're going to have the Secretary for Commerce on this stage telling you how bloody great his plans are. And I can't wait to see it. Who is right? In the light of evolving consumer preferences, supply chain, how does Subway? Oh gosh, we love Subway in the White House. We hope you love Subway too. I love a meatball. I don't know if you have it in America. A meatball marinara with tomatoes and peppers. Lovely. No sauce, just a bit of cheese, and it's got to be toasted. And Italian white bread. Let's go to the North Lawn. Is the North Lawn here? Does anybody know? Is the North Lawn here? Follow our great Secret Service. They're going to do a great job at getting you out. Who's that? Oh, he's a nominee. He can say. I believe he's an...
At FTN News, we'll have coverage throughout the evening, later tonight. But for now, that's where we end our press conference. Thank you for joining us, and good night.